What's going on, people? If you know me at all, you know I do not do these commentaries very well, but let's get into it. So, I am going to talk about Splatoon 2 and some of the stuff, like impressions that I had of the game or whatever, because what you're seeing in the background is actually footage I recorded back when this test fires were out, which is back like friggin' April or March or whatever, sometime, a long time ago, 3-4 months, whatever. And that was, yeah, funny story, I actually meant to have these live recorded. I was going to do live commentaries of them, but a little someone forgot to hit the record button, and that little someone is me. So, I will have to do post commentary on this, and that's what we're doing at the moment. So, get into it. I'm not going to really correlate with the gameplay in the background, it's kind of just there so you're not bored visually. So, I'm just going to talk about a few things, most specifically, the weapons and such. So let's get into it. Starting off with the roller, which is probably what you're seeing right now. It was probably my most used weapon of the test fire. I probably ended up using it the most. And a few things kind of stuck out to me. For number one, they actually sped up the rolling speed. So if you hold down the button to roll, you actually speed up, which is really, really cool, but the problem is you run out of ink faster, so Ink Save Remain will be very essential for that kit. Another part of the changes in the roller is the vertical flick, which is actually really, really cool. It kind of throws a speeder of ink into the enemy territory, allowing you to get further, kind of like a Seeker from the first game, if you think about it. It's also like a better attacking strategy to throw ink and kind of stall people from moving left or right, or spearing them head on, killing them. You can still jump and flick horizontally, you just kind of have to delay you have to start the flick, and then kind of jump, and then you can still flick horizontally. And if you don't have to jump and flick horizontally either, whatever. The best thing about that kit, though, and probably my favorite, is the splashdown special. One of the new ones in Splatoon 2. This thing, I have a feeling, is going to be very, very good. I never actually used it from a super jump height. I always used it from like a normal, just press the button on the special when I see people around me and I smash into them and hopefully get a splat or two. And that thing is awesome, especially when you pin someone, when you back yourself into a corner and people think that you're kind of screwed there. You pop up and you splash down and kill them. That is really awesome. So, moving on, let's see what else. The next is the splatter shot, and I didn't really use this whole lot because it's pretty much the same as it was in vanilla, in Splatoon 1 rather. It did have burst bombs as its secondary, which is like, okay, it's still the same thing. And the special it was the Tenta missile launcher. I thought these were really underwhelming. I did not like them at all. Knowing my luck, I probably didn't use them the right way. I'm really impatient, so I don't like to use specials that kind of make me sit in one place, and I'll get into that a little later. So I didn't really sit there long enough to actually lock onto people, and if I did, I got like maybe one splat. Maybe, I don't know. I think I got one splat generally, but it was really underwhelming for me. And I know actually this kit changed. It doesn't have the same specials and such anymore. I think they changed it to splashdown as well, so Tenta missiles can go away, I guess. So moving on, finally the last. I didn't use it, by the way. I didn't use the charging kit because who does that? Who uses chargers in video games? I don't. So the last but not least is the splat dualies. These were actually the close range kind of, I don't want to say pistols, but like the fully auto weapons, and they're really, really short range, and they come with that fancy rolling technique. I found myself more or less rolling into enemies, which was really, really a problem, because you can roll twice. You can kind of like roll to the left and then roll to the right, and then you kind of shoot people because like the targeting thing is 2 cursors or 2 reticles, and when you roll it forms into one, so you have more power generated on one area instead of 2. And that's probably better if you use gyro. I'm not sure, because I struggled a lot using that in the game when I tried using the dualies. They were pretty fun, but they reminded me a lot of the Aerospray from vanilla, and I mean the Aerospray's coming back in vanilla, so yeah, because they were kind of okay, I guess. I don't remember what their special was, or their secondary was. I think it was a bomb of some sort. I don't know, whatever. This probably, oh no, because the curling bomb, I forgot to mention the curling bomb is in the rollers. It's like a seeker, but it's like a like the sport, you know, like a curling bomb. Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah. Splat Dualies. I don't remember what, I think those had just regular bombs. Whatever. It's special. The Splat Dualies special was the Inkjet. This is kind of like that flood thing from Super Mario Sunshine that people saw in the trailer and thought it was really, really cool. It is, in my opinion, probably like one of the more underwhelming things. I mean, there were some times where I could have sworn that because it shoots like a ball of ink like a blaster, but it doesn't blow up in midair. It always impacts on the ground or on someone and blows up. And I could have sworn maybe it was the connection or the servers at the time, because this was during, all of this footage that you're seeing right now was recorded during the first test fire, the first block, and boy howdy, there were so many server issues when I played then. And generally it got better during the later blocks, but man, I could barely even finish a game in the first one. So I don't know, that could have factored into it, but man, the Inkjet, I couldn't successfully splat people multiple times, and it was probably my aim, knowing I loved it. But there was that. It kind of keeps you, and this is kind of factors into the thing where I said I don't like to sit in one spot for a long time. And I know you can fly around, but you're just so exposed up in the air, and you're a fresh target for snipers and weapons that can reach long distance, and more specifically snipers. Some rollers too, depending on your elevation. But the problem is when you are done with the Inkjet, it marks on the ground where you used it, and you fly back to that spot, and people can just sit around that spot, kind of like when you're waiting for an enemy to super jump. You can just sit there and wait for them to come back, and you can splat them that way. Now, generally you won't be using this. I can't guarantee you'll be using it in enemy spawns, or enemy like territories, so you'd want to use it in a safe spot. Or if an enemy's chasing you, you use it, kill them, and then make sure you're clear before you go back to the ground. That would probably work the best, but I don't know. I really did not like that special. Maybe the more I use it, maybe I'll get used to it, because of course, on the Octo Brush in Splatoon 2, that's what special it is. So, that's really great. Thanks Nintendo for that. So, kind of summing up, I guess I could talk about the maps too. The maps, I pretty much got Muscle Forge Fitness the most. I may have gotten the Reef like twice out of at least 15 or so games. So Muscle Forge Fitness didn't seem too bad. I didn't run into a whole lot of, generally I judge, this is a really poor summation, but, or as, I don't know, whatever analysis, but I generally judge a map based on like how it is when I encounter snipers, and I really didn't encounter any like snipers there. So there was like a few of them, but there was never like a problem. They were never, 360 no scope snipers. So, but yeah, I mean, the Muscle Forge Fitness didn't peter too bad. It seemed to flow really well. The Reef was pretty good. I think that's a little more open than Muscle Forge Fitness is. The Muscle Forge Fitness, there's that huge thing in the middle that you can hide on either side of. And there's only like one entrance into the enemy's like side too. So the Reef seemed to be much more like a Black Belly skate park, kind of that middle area, just bigger, I guess. I don't know. That's kind of what I thought it was when I played it the first time. But they were both pretty fun, and I mean, I'm recording this on the 11th of July, so it comes out in 10 days, because I'm a procrastinator / school / work full time. So I know like a lot of the maps now, and we're actually getting a Splatfest in 4 days, which is actually like before the game is even released. It's ice cream, or it's cake versus ice cream, so that's pretty cool. In final summation, I guess I'm really excited for it, and I hope that people can take this analysis of my impressions or whatever, and I don't know. You can kind of just listen to me rant and ramble on about what I thought of it and make your own decisions. But yeah, I liked something, like a lot of things I liked. It was really, really fun. I really like the roller. That's probably what I'll be using until I unlock Octobrush, which is pretty awesome. And I like to use some of the new things too. Like I know they have a lot of new specials. They have a lot of new weapons that'll be coming out, like the umbrella, which is pretty cool. Pretty much it for me. I really enjoyed it. I really wish I could have gotten this up earlier, but I'm like I said, I'm really bad at these commentaries. So these kind of reflecting things. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and if you did, feel free to leave a comment about like what you, when you played the, or when you participated in the test fire, what you kind of thought, or what you thought from the directs that have been recent too. And yeah, I will see you guys then. I hope to actually be doing some Splatoon stuff, some Splatoon 2 stuff specifically when it comes out, but we'll have to see about that. So I will see you guys when that happens. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.